but he doesn't ever come.
He never comes.
Mm-mm. Never has, not once. Not one single day.
He's not going to school.
Correct.
Anthony.
I heard the ding dong, but I haven't seen it pop up in my waiting room.
Hey, do you know if one is coming on Thursday?
Melanie. Melanie
This
comes
Thursday or
Thursday.
next Thursday?
This Thursday, as in tomorrow. Melanie comes. Yep. Tomorrow.
Yay!
I know, right?
Yeah. That's just our opinion.
In person is more fun. Okay, so we have some writing and some planning to do before we actually get to the doing. Just like the Wright brothers did, right? They didn't go straight to building their airplane. They had planning to do first, didn't they? You guys did too. Now, first thing I have to do is compliment my students on bringing materials, because last year was the first time I taught this curriculum. And I thought when I put out online, and I started last year before I started this year, with asking for materials, that I would have plenty of materials come in from my students, because my students have been helping me bring supplies for other experiments before. I didn't think I would have too few materials come in to run the labs last year, and that's what happened. I had a couple groups who didn't get to do their activity because they didn't have the materials they needed. And I felt bad for them, but they didn't bring their materials. So I had to go out for day 2 and buy a lot of materials, and I mean a lot. And my husband's like, you're spending a lot of money. I spent $50 or $60 worth of materials to help every one of my groups, because I can't help one group and not help others equally. So I have to say, from what I've seen so far, my students have brought a lot of things for today. Please realize that, remember how the brothers kept on going back and rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding? You're going to need more materials for Thursday and Friday, so don't use up all your things today, okay? Because you're going to have to re-engineer and rebuild for Thursday and for Friday. This isn't an activity where we finish today. Take the hood off. It's not that cold. Okay.
Do you think that my dad could bring supplies like tomorrow?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So our phenomenon question is, how can people reduce damage related to erosion? And the erosion specifically we're talking about is a landslide, okay? And we've caused a landslide in our stream table boxes before, haven't we? We added enough water. You saw what I mean by a landslide. We made it collapse, okay? We've looked at key ideas of how to go through the engineering design process. It wasn't as if the brothers said, you know what, we've asked all the questions, we've designed our airplane, we're done with that step, we're not coming back to it. They went back through those steps again, didn't they? And they kept on rebuilding, and one airplane might look, a glider, one glider might look entirely different than a previous one, correct? Okay. So let's see if they have a bigger house for us to look at. They want all my students to look at a house so you can see a real one that at first glance it might look like it's not so badly damaged. Yeah, here it is. Okay, share screen. Live image share. Okay. So this house was sitting on a hill. Yeah. That looks a little bit blurry.
That's better.
Yeah.
Your screen is frozen again.
Ooh, okay.
That is such a nice house, though.
It was a nice screen. Okay, better? Now
Yes, ma'am.
So we can see it is a hill. Here, you can tell what happened. What is that? Landslide, because they had a lot of what? They had a lot of rain. And with a lot of rain, that caused what? Landslide, erosion, correct? So where do you think the house had been? Maybe not the top, but it had been higher up on the hill, correct?
Yes.
And then it slid down, didn't it?
It's probably where that dirt is right there.
Right. So it might have been just 20 feet up. But a house can't move positions. If it does, that's what you get.
But that's such a nice house and it got ruined.
It did. So a little bit of erosion can cause a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much erosion is okay to a house?
One a bit.
Well, if you have a little bit of dirt creep up on a house, is that evidence of erosion?
No. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
If you're in an area where they have erosion, like a landslide, hilly area, or where they have mountains, and you have dirt creeping up on a house, that very well could be evidence of erosion. Is erosion okay on a house?
No.
No, why not?
Because it does that.
Because that can happen. Is that okay?
No.
No. That would make it kind of hard to get in and out of your house, right?
And if the mountain has rocks like that one, it could break it.
Well, it doesn't even matter if it has rocks. If it was all mud, can people get in and out of that house?
No.
No. What if someone were in that living room? That living room was what was on the first floor. What would happen to the person that's in that living room on that first floor? They got smashed in there, right? Would that be livable?
No.
No. The person that was on that first floor would be a goner, correct? That would be a fatal accident. That's not an okay situation, correct? So our task today is to find a way to reduce damage related to erosion. That's what we're trying to prevent, okay? I didn't build you homes like that to go in your little bitty boxes, but my husband did find those cute little birdhouses in the front of the range, right? And they were on clearance. Okay, I almost bought them out. They only have 3 left at the store. Okay, clearance, nice price. Last year they were $10. Yesterday they were 99 cents. I love 99 cents. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even paint them.
You stand there.
Going easy peasy for me. Yes, ma'am.
So, think about how much money it is to repair that nice of a house.
That house would have to be gutted. There's no repairing that. That would have to be completely taken out and put in a landfill. That house is a goner.
How much did you think that house? Alright.
It depends on where it is. If that's California, that'd be over $1 million.
They definitely have to be lot. Then they're rich.
Here, property does not really have that much of a value, okay? So our scenario that they give us is you live in an area affected by landslides, which are related to erosion. Many people build homes on or near hills, like the home in the photograph. Design a system to protect the homes built on or near hills from erosion. Building homes away from the hills is not an option. So when we get to your boxes, it's not an option to put your house on the clear, flat part of the box. Okay, you have to put it on the hill. You have to build something to keep your house from sliding down the hill. And it can't be that you shove it down deeper in the mud. Doesn't work that way. That's not the solution, okay? That won't be the solution. And you can't put it on the clear part of the box. You have to make a way for erosion or water to not slide your house down the hill. Everybody understand that? Okay, so for my friends online, my students at the tables are going to talk through this. And I know that's going to be hard for you to hear. I'm going to leave this open where you can kind of hear the students, but this is really a student-led lesson. If I move the laptop around, it would disconnect it from the Elmo and it would disconnect it from the overhead projector. So that's the limitation of virtual on this lesson, unfortunately. When we go to test out their designs, I'm gonna bring their box to this laptop so you get to see their design get tested, okay? I need my friends in the classroom to stop talking. So my friends online will get to see their designs get tested, and it will also be saved because it will be being recorded on the computer. All right, guys? Can any of my virtual friends say yes, no, maybe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's the limitation of virtual that I can't, it's not Bluetooth, this device, unfortunately. Everything in the school has to be hardwired. So I have to have this laptop stay on this table, so I can't move the laptop to the students' desks. Sorry about that. So all I can say is you'll be able to hear some of what they're doing, and I can point the laptop towards their desks, okay? All right, class.
Yes.
All right, so the problem is erosion damages houses on a hill. So that's what we're going to write in our notebook. On your page 47, our problem right here is erosion damages houses on a hill. Aren't you supposed to get your pencils from your homeroom since that's who you turn your pencils into?
I didn't mean to.
Logan.
I didn't mean to. Is that balancing on its head?
On its beak. All right. So let's return to this. Turn around. So here's some questions to answer. And this is to help us determine our criteria. Okay. What is an acceptable rate of erosion for the house and its yard? Should there be any erosion?
No.
No. So criteria.
No.
There should be no erosion.
Did you put like one of those dots?
Yes, I did.
No. I'm just wondering if I can see it. We got it right. No. We have to because it's curious. No.
Okay. How will you know erosion is happening? What would be an indicator that erosion is happening?
A landslide.
Yes, but what would happen before a landslide?
It should be raining like hard. Rainfall.
In our box, what would be an indicator that there's erosion happening? So would there be mud up the side of the house?
Yes.
Okay, so mud or dirt would move up the side of the house, right? Sides of the house, because it has 4 sides. I say that, but one of the houses up there is a lighthouse, so it's round, so it really doesn't have 4 sides. It has 360 degrees.
That's what I was looking at. It looks like a lighthouse.
It is.
And it's an off color than all of them.
I haven't painted them. What else might happen that would tell you erosion is happening? What did this house do?
It just went. It just went. It went.
What did it do? It fell down. The house might fall down. So if erosion occurs, I'm going to start it off like this. If erosion occurs, the house might fall down.
That's why you should never have your house in the house.
Well, but it gives you great view.
Yeah. Oh, my auntie suddenly has a house in here. That's scary. Every time we go there, through the bridge, our ears always pop.
All right. If erosion occurs, the house might fall down. So to determine constraints, what must be some things to consider with the house that we're testing? Can it be a full-size house?
No.
So when I was shopping for houses for this thing, what did I have to find?
What houses?
The house has to fit in the box, right?
Yeah.
The house that we test has to be small enough for the box, right?
Yes. They're really cute bird houses.
They are.
I wish we could keep them.
Nope.
Maybe we might bird house in their own house. I can't see that. What is that? Small.
The house must be small enough to fit inside the stream table.
Can we just call it a ball?
Let's use the full words. Everybody in here is able to write. Not everybody in my second and third hour is able. Second and third block is able to write. The other thing, and this is well, I have one person with a physical limitation, and I have somebody in third block who has to type. What about our ingredients? Can we go somewhere and have them custom machine ingredients for our boxes?
No.
No. So what about the things that we're using? What do we have to use to make our solutions? We had to get things that we could get from home, right?
Yeah.
Or like from a local store, right? So our ingredients, for lack of a better word, our ingredients had to come from home. The classroom, or local stores. And it actually did not just come from my classroom, but Miss Tran went through yesterday and found a bunch of stuff in her class too.
Oh, so she just gave you stuff for this?
She did.
Is everyone gonna get to do it?
Well, my second block has 10 students. So I think it's going to be 5 students in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. 11, 12, 13. So there'll be 3 groups in here. There'll be 2 groups in my second group, my second block, and then 4 groups in my third block.
How many?
4 in my second block.
Yeah, because you told me where it's gonna be confusing. Because it's gonna have what that's 4. Only if you could swap it around into a tile. Only look at one more.
So the way we're going to have to do this so that we maintain a little distancing is that, like for this group, somebody's got to come over here and bring their chair. They won't sit in this other desk. They'll bring their chair that they're using and sit at a little distance. Does that make sense? That way we still maintain a little distance, but you get to talk amongst each other. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then one person will be the one that puts their hand in the mud. All right? We don't need to wash a lot of dirt down the sink because it will clog up the sink. Mr. Williams does not need to pay $1,000 plumbing bill to clean out my sink. Got it?
I'll do the mud part.
I'll be the one determining who does the mud part.
From what?
Very much.
Whenever Melody gets here, can we do groups of 7?
14 divided by 2 is 7. What?
What are you talking about? The 3. This is not block 2. This is block 1.
No, when Melanie comes tomorrow.
Yes, there's 3 groups in here.
Oh. 2, 2, 2. And
All right. Another question to think about. What other issues should we consider? What is important about a house?
something important about the house? You need to read.
If it was a real house, what do you have to have with a real house? What's important? Not worried about furniture because you can literally lay on the floor, but what?
A house.
How do people get in?
Electricity.
How do people get in? Doors. So the house should still have a way for people to get in and out, right?
Yes. But that house did not.
The house should still have a way to get in and out. In other words, the doors should still be accessible. If the doors are blocked, the person can't get in and out, can they?
No, the house should have.
And when we looked at this house,
Well, I don't think it's livable.
were those doors accessible?
No.
No.
Yes.
And that was a problem, wasn't it?
I mean, it's not that bad. I've seen worse.
Yes, but those doors were not accessible.
Not at
Should
all.
have a way to get in and out.
Well, can you just put the house should have a door?
No, it's that the doors should work. They should be able to get in and out. Without a way to get in and out,
Okay, so this one time.
hold on. I'm messaging a parent who's at a store right now.
I'm 50
Give me the knife, I'll cut it already.
So this isn't something to write, but something to think about. How can we test different amounts of rainfall when we're doing this in our box?
Well, in the box, that's not.
How can we test different amounts of rainfall?
The hole.
Cups with holes, right?
Yeah.
I have a cup with one giant hole. I have a cup with one small hole. I have a cup with two massive holes, a cup with one massive hole, a cup with one smaller hole. Can't I make different kinds of cups? Cup with three small holes, cup with nothing, no holes punched yet, cup with four huge holes.
Oh, or huge hole.
We don't get to choose. This is the hamburger.
My choice. Okay. Wants me to put the anchor chart and anchor model up.
But also an office.
So it wants you guys to pay particular attention to the anchor chart. All right, so thinking about weathering and erosion. That poster, those posters are there, you can see them. I know it's not on the board, but again, we're probably gonna need the board for taking notes. Okay, so think about what goes on with erosion, where the stuff goes, all that fun stuff. Okay. Logan, pull up a chair next to this table. Put the table kind of spread out beyond it. Hey, your pencil dropped. Mid suicide, jumped off the bed. Pencil side. Allie, choose the table. Choose the table. You gotta choose the same table the rest of the week. It just didn't want to be on the desk. Yeah, the floor is all over the place. All right, so let me tell you what I did yesterday. I put a little bit of water in every one of these buckets so that the soil would be a little bit moistened and not be all fly away. Does that
No.
so that when I put the house on it, it wouldn't be loose dirt. So here's the thing though, I gotta put a bucket on the end of your table, so you can't just leave it right there. Electric. My heart beat that back. It's not too long. Drew could use this one. It's starting out low. It's got leaves all over it.
Huh?
This group's lucky she's got leaves all over it. What do we know about leaves and grass? It already absorbed water. Water, right? I got more leaves.
Stop! No, I need to touch it.
Where is it?
You didn't mean to touch it. Really? You hurt it. Get it straight. Other ants. Little children. Oh, no. Oh, there's a spider. It's sugar ants.
Sorry. They don't bite people. They like sugar. We're not their preferred method of eating sugar.
Somebody eat sugar. I have sugar.
Okay. All right, guys, quiet. Okay, Jackson had to come back in again. All right, so listen. The anchor chart is in the back. The anchor models are in the front. You're going to use your knowledge of erosion from previous lessons and brainstorm solutions. If you already brought materials in the room, you are free to go get your materials from wherever you left them. Revisit the engineering problem, criteria, and constraints that we just wrote down. Select a solution and test. So this is what you're going to do first. You plan a design solution. So turn in your notebook. Turn in your notebook to page 48. Turn to page 48. Page 48. If you have foam, you're probably going to need scissors. If you need to borrow some, do you know where my scissors bucket is? Okay. The imagine step. All right. You need to think about possible solutions. You need to select a solution. Okay. You can draw your possible solutions. You do this with your group. All right. You'll have what? Foam. Well, I'm sure somebody in your group brought something, right? Nobody brought anything? Okay. Did y'all bring to your group what you brought, class? Okay, you bring it over to your group? Okay. So you're going to use what you brought, all right? And in a few minutes after I explain all the steps, then I'm going to walk around and put tags on everybody's box. So you use the same box all week. And then I'll use it through the house. Okay. All right, guys, let me explain all the steps before I turn you loose, okay? So here is where you're going to draw your possible solutions. This is your imagine step, okay? On page 49, it says gather materials and generate a detailed plan. This is where you're planning what you're going to do, okay? Create a diagram of your design. Label all your materials you need to build your prototype. That's where you draw what you think you're gonna build. You're making a diagram. No, it's not. We've been doing diagrams all year in science, have we not?
Yeah.
And you label it. At the bottom, you list out what materials you think you need. This is why I say today is kind of a dry run of practice. And after you work with your group, you come up with a list of what you think you need after you work with your group. Today is when you really figure out what you and your group think you need. Okay? That's why when people are asking you, what exactly do I need to bring? That's what you're going to decide with your group. Okay? I can't really tell you what you need. You and your group are going to decide that. Okay? All right? Make sense? Foam, I think, is foam, leaves, twigs, and grass are the cheapest things you're going to buy. Don't go to Michael's. They want too much for foam. I'll tell you that.
They're free.
Stop. Michael's foam, they wanted $8 a package. Stay away from Michael's. They wanted too much for it. Go somewhere else. Don't go to Michael's.
Go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart, go to Hobby Lobby, go to Dollar. Don't go to Michael's. Go to Michael's. I saw $8. I'm like, oh no. Because I was gonna buy some. Nope. Yeah, no. Don't go to Michael's. Okay. Create, build a prototype, test and evaluate. This is on page 50, guys. I'm trying to walk you through all the parts you have to fill out, okay? Build prototype, test and evaluate. Work with your group to build an initial version of your prototype. Test how it works under a specific condition and record your evaluation below. Under which condition did you choose to test your prototype? So this is going to be, I used a cup with 2 holes. I used a cup with 4 holes. This is going to be how we test it, okay? We might not test it till tomorrow. It just depends on how our time goes. All right. So this is a thing that takes 3 days to do. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. You talk to your group members. But you talk to your group members. That's who you determine. That's where you determine what you're going to get. Okay, so for my friends online, like I said yesterday, this is really too expensive for me to ask all my students online to do because it would cost over $30 a student to do this and would take a lot of explanation. So what would probably be the easiest for me to do is to show you the testing phase of each one of my groups' work. And I could send you guys pictures of their work. I don't know how much you would be able to learn from that. This is one of those things you kind of have to do to learn their process. It would probably be best on this thing to give an E for excused on the activity because this is one that is just a do kind of activity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because this is they don't even leave it for the last activity of the module, but it really is the peak of the module. There's a lot to it and it's student led. So I've got 3 small groups in here doing this, 2 small groups in my second block because it's a small block of group of students. And then I've got 4 small groups in my third block doing it. So it's not me playing in the mud this time, it's them playing in the mud. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages of work, and it's them leading the activity. It's not really something that you can copy and learn as much from. So that's why I say it's probably better just to give you guys ease on it. So I can show you the finished work of one of the students by uploading it to Class Dojo, sending it to you guys through private messages on Class Dojo to the 3 of you. And Melanie, you'll see it tomorrow in process, but Megan and Jackson, I can send it to you guys in your private messaging, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to leave this open. That way, as the students start planning and working, I can bring stuff occasionally over here to show you what they're planning and writing, okay? That's the house I gave you guys. Guys, by the way, listen up. Listen. Put the house in the dirt at the last minute because it's not painted. It's not protected from the dirt. Okay? To protect it from the dirt. It's stored in the dirt, yes. There are bacteria and spores that only live in dirt. That's why I'm real picky about keeping my hands real clean, soaking them, and using tweezers every evening to get the stuff out with my nails, because there are bacteria and spores that live in dirt that live nowhere else, and they can make you sick. I hope you're listening. They can get in wood, they can get in chenille, they can get in various substances, and you can't get them out. Okay, so don't put the house in the dirt until you're kind of close to whatever it is that you designed. Right now, you're at the very beginning stages. Okay, so don't put the house in it until you're ready to test out and stuff, all right?
It doesn't matter how it looks. It matters how it looks. Wait, you see this? This is not hard. drawing that. So like, let's put that. It's a very tight. You do what you want, and then we'll pour out. So we're gonna have like six. Sticks and twigs and all that right under it. Twigs and sticks and all that is under there. Yeah, I know. No, like this is our house. This is our phone. This is the grass only puts under the house. That's the way it's going to be covered by the plaster. We need to make our barrier. No, we don't need to do that. Oh, I did that wrong. Don't make the little line there. Because we got that. This is what I have. Yeah. So here's the phone. So here we go. This is all right. So we go to that house. That's a little more covered by the plastic. Okay, so we're gonna label this right here. You tell it. I have a great idea. How about we make sections? One for small, one for big. And then one for big. Yeah, right. You don't just make the house perfect. We don't just make it right off the bat. So you can make a little wall like this. It's not right. Oh, God. Yeah, and I'm going to get that on the that is wrong. How are you going to do that? It gets you then I'm going to we're doing it right. So you can use one make my class. Yes.
Let me tell you something about ball and play. If you use this, it's a one-time use and then you'll have to throw it away because this absorbs water. It will also absorb the germs and the spores. That too, once you use it, you will have to throw it away because it absorbs water and absorbs germs and spores. Either one of them could help absorb the water and prevent erosion. okay? But understand, if it's not plastic and you put it in this dirt, you're not gonna be able to clean it and reuse it after this 3 days, okay? Because I don't want you guys to go home with this item and think you can clean it off and use it again, because I'm picky about germs, all right? I've had enough life-threatening illnesses to last a whole bunch of people lifetimes, all right? I just don't want anybody to get sick. Just understand that we wash our hands a lot, we sanitize a lot, but things like this and that, it's a one-time and here use kind of thing, okay? Same thing.
So when we're done, we can go up there.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever. You know how like make a little wall, play around it, like right there. We need to sing this thing.
It looks like something. But it feels good. And I can tell you don't buy that one. And I'll keep walking. Because Target wants $3.99. It's $2 difference. I like those ones. Except for those. Yeah, that's some, someone else that's $1. Those were 99 cents. Like, those were 99 cents.
I want too much money. I'm never making
You need to have the house. Your house.
So I can't really imagine how it's gonna look. Can you do create or diagram?
Working your group.
Create or take diagram. I'm going yeah. And then I'll bring it up to them. Plastic divider. He's gonna bring one shit, but he's bring. He's gonna bring a little bit of. I want to put more. Right? He's bringing. You don't have Okay, so I'm pretty much watching. Okay, so there's my door. We have different house and like
No. Hey guys, listen to me. Class. Every day, you're getting a separate grade outside of your notebook, what you've written for your cooperation. You get a lab grade for how well you work together. That doesn't mean you break up in groups within your 4-person group. Got it? You hear me, Logan? Okay. Joanna, you gotta pull up your mask.
So our plan is gonna be that. Should we like try to stick together? Yeah, so like
I'm gonna try to tonight. I don't know. Right now, you need to be planning what you're gonna do to prevent erosion on your
No, we're just gonna buy a bunch of everything.
Oh, you need to be more specific than that.
We're buying everything. So like,
Diagram, drawing,
I didn't say it was like mad guys.
Logan, let me count. Guys, class. There are, I believe, 13 of us in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. With only 13 people, it should not be this loud. When one group is getting so loud, the next group is having to get louder to be heard. We need to all lower our voices so we don't have to all outspeak together. Okay? Got it? Okay. Oh, that's a nice pack on there. That pack right there is $8 at Michael's. Yeah, a pack just like that is $8 at Michael's. That's all I normally do. Yeah, you can cut it. It is 6, but I mean $8 is nice. Like I said, those houses, my discount was $7.
They're open right now. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these shoes now and then like that. I don't think it's
Well,
yeah, actually, over oh my god, it is.
Alright, guys, lower our voices.
Put it in front of it. We'll leave all together. We have to make a wall now.
I had students who were in 2 different classes where we forget erosion by using actual trees. But in reality, we can actually use foam. It is more like this is something more like what you use in reality.
Class. I need all talking to stop. That's what class means. Let me introduce you to another call and respond. When I say something that ends in do, so if I say Scooby Dooby and the response is do, or if I say Yabba Dabba and the response is do, yes, that means I need you to lower your voice. And that's generally one of these class experiments. Okay? So if I say Scooby Dooby, you guys need to say do, that means I need everybody to lower their voice. Okay? Got it? Okay, so Scooby Dooby? Okay.
Yeah, we need the
We're not lowering our voices though.
Let me just try this. Hey! It worked! It's in his feet. Yay! It won't fall. Okay, relax. Wait, I got a great idea. Watch this. We should try it.
We're not lowering our voices though. Scooby Dooby. Better. All right, let me remind you, I'll leave one student's hands in the box at a time though. We're still trying to mitigate our risk of passing on any kind of germs, okay? We're not just in COVID season, it's flu season, cold season, and every other kind of season right now.
Okay, well, let me just
Your best friend, okay?
If it does,
It doesn't have to even look pretty. That's not the point. Remember, yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll send someone downstairs. Thank you.
She said, don't put that on. That's ugly.
Guys, if we can't stop the loud talking, we're gonna have to go to no talking. Because we are too loud. The other thing, we've got to stop having so many hands in the boxes. How many people should you touch the boxes? One. I know that we're trying, too much talking. I know we're trying to help, but we're still trying to keep everybody safe, okay?
Okay, there's a variable app. We're gonna put.
So what does that mean?
Be quiet.
It means be quiet. Now listen up. Listen, at 9:35, we're gonna stop designing. That gives us time to try to test these out. And it also gives you time to think about what other supplies, if anything, you want to bring for tomorrow. Okay? That means you have about 3 more minutes to test these things out. We build it. Everybody hear me? If y'all are gonna run string around those, you're gonna have to hurry up and do it because you only have a couple more minutes. What's that? She went to something out of the office. Lighter, you lose points. Okay, guys, we have 2 minutes left, and then we're gonna start testing these things.
No, I think that's good enough. How about you make it black? We try to do like oh, it's like here.
I do, but it's not gonna be live 1 minute from now. We test this in 1 minute. Your first rendition's in 1 minute.
It's perfect.
Guys, you need to look around the floor. If you drop stuff on the floor, you need to pick it up. Leaves, twigs, whatever, you need to pick up. George. It is. That's a teacher. I think friends. All right, I need talking to stop. I need talking to stop. There's still a lot of talking. Hush. Logan, go give me a jug of water. Jug of water. All right, to infinity. We're done with building time. We need to clean up. I need to test this one. Talking stopped. They're still talking. Joanna. No. No, you're not throwing it away. We still have to do this for 2 more days. All right, talking stops. Guys, stop talking. Clean up your area. Clean up your area. Stop talking. All right, so we're going to start this with the 1 hole. Okay, it's already 9:37. We leave in 7 minutes, and I still have 2 more groups to test. I'm in a hurry. You are too. So the cup with 1 hole, did it move at all?
No.
No, not at all. Now, gonna try it with a cup with 4 holes.
Oh no. Hopefully our secret ingredient works.
Okay, I need everybody quiet and seated. I need everybody seated. Seated. Their house did not budge.
We have a secret ingredient.
Yeah, you did.
It's something. We put something under the house. I think that's a secret.
Okay, so look. Guys, the whole 2 liter, tested it with 1 hole and 4 holes. And it didn't move.
I knew my leg was
Okay, so guys, when we come back from RTI, from enrichment into RTI, you're going to need to draw what you did, okay? All right, I need someone to come grab this bucket and help me move it. Maya, grab it, or someone. You're gonna have to grab it and move it with me. Guys, stop talking. Y'all need to finish cleaning up the table. Guys, is talking helping us with time?
No.
No. Can someone please get me another 2-liter bottle of water?
Okay. You want me to fill the other meter up?
I got it. Thank you. All right. Again, is talking helping with getting our task done? Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the 1-liter bottle of water. I need to talk and to stop. Unless someone just wants the whole class to miss recess. Because that's where we are. Okay. All right, so let's start with the 1-whole cup. Okay, the house didn't budge. I see some dirt moving though. There's a big old clump of dirt down there. I need that talking to stop. Uh-oh, there's a whole lot of dirt moving. So is there erosion going on? House didn't move, but there's a whole lot of erosion. So over time, if there's erosion going on, now the house didn't move right off the bat, but if there's a lot of dirt moving, what's going to happen over time?
The house is gonna move.
The house will move later. There'll be a landslide later, not right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I need somebody from this table over here to come help me with the bucket. Okay, grab the bucket. You got to move with me, okay? You can move, Logan. Stop talking. Stop talking. No, we have lots of erosion, okay? We just said that. Y'all have left it out. Big time erosion. Lots and lots of erosion. That doesn't matter.
erosion. Okay, the other one we'll have to test during RCI time.
Let's line up and go, guys. What? We have to go to enrichment.
Miss Vandiver,
Yes.
you know a person named Kimber Hearing?
Yes, I do.
She's my best friend. She lives across the street from me.
Cool. I've got to get my kids to enrichment, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye. Share. And we go to library today.